Risk versus reward. That's the question when you're late in your drafts and you're looking for sleepers. Today we're going to talk about 8 players that I don't know. Should I do it? Should I not? Should I pass or should I draft one of these 8 players or all of these 8 players here on the Draft Rankings show? I understand it's been a couple of weeks. Life. I do a lot of stuff for Roster Watch and Orange Bloods, amongst other things like living life. And this is the one show that sometimes takes the back seat. We released a new spice over at alphaseasoning.com. You can go check that out. Alex Dunlap and I released that. Just go check it out. It's an elite spice blend that you can put on literally everything from back ribs to hamburger to chicken thighs to salad to deviled eggs to you just put it on your hand and lick it. I don't know. You'd probably put it on a rim of a margarita if you really wanted to. I've eaten it right out of the container. So alphaseasoning.com. That's taken up a lot of my time, as well as Orange Bloods and Roster Watch. But we're here, the Draft Rankings show. I'm dedicated. I'm going to say this out loud because I'm going to hold myself to it. We're going to be on 3 times a week going forward, period. I know I said this a couple of weeks ago. We're going to be doing. I got you. July 21st, 2025. We're back, baby. It's football season. The grass is green. I could smell the grass from my office that's 7 floors above the ground. I can smell the green grass because football's kicking off. 8 players. Should you draft or pass on these sleepers? We only got 8 minutes left, so we better get cooking here. Number 1. And also, by the way, sleepers are later than 10 rounds, unless you're the trash man from Roster Watch. Then you get like a 6-rounder as a sleeper. Number 1, Keon Coleman. Current ADP is 117, so he's going off right in round 10. Keon Coleman, the alpha wide receiver for the Buffalo Bills. I don't believe in Josh Palmer. I don't believe in Elijah Moore. Khalil Shakir's good. He's a separator, but he's not an alpha. Keon Coleman showed us he was an alpha at Florida State after transferring from Michigan State. Keon Coleman's a value in round 10 and a guy that I'm going to be very bullish on when I create the standard and half PPR sheet over at rosterwatch.com, the ultimate draft cheat sheet. Make sure you draft with it in 2025 when you're doing your fantasy football drafts. I'll put the QR code in the top right of the screen or top left of the screen, whichever way. If you are listening or watching on YouTube, if you're listening on podcast, go over to rosterwatch.com, become a pro or premium member today. Do it. You will not be you will not regret it, period. I just got done doing the offensive line rankings, and I'll tell you what, it's a good day to be a Viking fan. I will say that. This is no bias. It's all numbers and data that plugs through. It's a good day to be a Viking fan because I get the number 2 offensive line in the sport. That's not a segue because I don't have a Viking to talk about. But the next player that I do have to talk about today is Jaden Blue with the Dallas Cowboys, an offensive line that has gotten a lot better this offseason. Dallas Cowboys, they've continued to draft how they used to draft back when it was Zach Martin and Tyron Smith, and they were building that thing. They're getting close. They're a year or 2 away, but they're getting close in Dallas. Jaden Blue's the question, the rookie running back out of Texas, who is a report recently came out about his laziness. I'm not going to risk it with Jaden Blue. I'm going to pass on Jaden Blue predominantly. Not every time. I'll take some Jaden Blue, but for the time being, until we get further notice that the Dallas Cowboys are like, oh yeah, we got to get this guy on the field, which I believe they will. I think once he gets on the field, shows off his speed, shows off his talent, because he has a lot of it, they're going to push and try to keep him on the roster. But again, if he's an ass, it doesn't take much for these NFL teams to walk. And this guy's got about 4 or 5 years of thing after thing after thing, bottlenecking his career in high school in Texas and now into the pros is as late as literally this winter, this February, opting out of the Shrine Bowl, no call, no show the day before the event started. So he's going off in round 11/12. Jaden Blue is. I'm not taking it. It's too risky for me. Same round, Christian Kirk, wide receiver for the Houston Texans, came over from the Jacksonville Jaguars because of a bloated contract with the Jaguars. I think it's a value for Houston. It's going to be one of the most interesting things I'm looking forward to. This offensive line, Houston sucks, but Christian Kirk is going to be a guy that could reap the benefits because really at tight end, it's like Cade Stover and Brevin Jordan. It's Christian Kirk should be the underneath guy with Jalen Noel. Christian Kirk, I do think, is worth the risk. I think he will give you a little bit of reward here. Wide receiver 56 in round 13. A guy that we know can perform at wide receiver 2-3 levels in fantasy football. Number 4, Kyle Pitts, tight end 18, going off the board, 155th overall. Round 13, 14 for Kyle Pitts. Are you shitting me? Kyle Pitts with Michael Penix and Drake London? Worth the risk. That's going to get you some reward. That's a league-winning type play if Kyle Pitts hits the tight end position. And even if he doesn't hit, don't draft unless you get Bowers. Ship it to Pitts, and then maybe try and get Brenton Strange later. I love that duo at the tight end position. Brenton Strange from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Next up, number 5, Cedric Tillman. I love Cedric Tillman, but there's too much question marks coming out of Cleveland right now at the quarterback position. Cedric Tillman's currently wide receiver 63, which I think is completely mispriced. The ceiling for Cedric Tillman, I will tell you, is Nico Collins. We saw it last year. He's got the same archetype, the same draft capital, the same build, the same body, same play style, same talent. Played in a Power 5 school. I love Cedric Tillman. But the offensive line's taking a step back. The Quinshon Judkins is potentially going to miss time, if not the season. Who knows what's going to happen with the Quinshon thing? And the quarterback carousel. There's nothing worse as a wide receiver as a carousel at the quarterback position. Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Shedeur Sanders, those are all right-handed quarterbacks. Then you have a left-handed quarterback in Dylan Gabriel. The ball comes off a right and left-handed quarterback's hand differently. Everybody knows this. But as a wide receiver in fantasy football, I'm looking for consistency. It's not worth the risk for me to go out and spend on Cedric Tillman, even though, like I said, it's a 14th round pick. It's not that big of a deal. I love Ced. If there's a carousel at the quarterback position, I'm out on Cedric Tillman. Number 6, Quentin Johnston. Year 3 in college, we watched this guy go from 400 to 600 to 1,000 yards, stayed with 6 touchdowns like he had his sophomore year in college. So what got him drafted in the first round was that athleticism and that the yak. This guy, when you look at the yards after catch per reception, he's in the ballpark of the Devontae Adamses of the world. Ladd McConkey, he's better than Ladd McConkey in that category. Chris Godwin, he shows out. Cooper Kupp. When you look at separation, it's the same conversation. Godwin, Kupp, Adams, third-year breakout, incoming, big breakout for Quentin Johnston, who had 711 yards last year with 8 touchdowns. Don't forget that. They love Trey Harris. He's going to get an opportunity to play X, but it doesn't matter. The flanker can be Quentin Johnston, who had over 100 yards and 2 touchdowns in week 9. Like, we've seen it from Quentin Johnston. No Mike Williams anymore. It's a good duo there with McConkey and Quentin Johnston. I believe it. And I'll take Quentin Johnston here in the 15th, 16th round at 184 overall. It's here. Take the value and accept it. Number 7, Pat Bryant, same division. Pat Bryant, rookie wide receiver from Illinois, set records at Illinois for receptions. He's now in Denver. And we've heard Sean Payton talk about this 16th, 17th rounder in fantasy football. Pat Bryant, he uttered the name Michael Thomas. If you're drafting this early, you need to draft Pat Bryant just on the premise of holding him through camp to see what that role really looks like. Because the wide receiver room in Denver, it's kind of open after Courtland Sutton. We know we like Marvin Mims, but it's not a distinct role for Mims that's going to grow. It's more of it's a couple things that Mims can do well. It's a couple things that Troy Franklin can do well. I think Pat Bryant's a guy that could really grow in this offense in the 16th round. And the final guy, number 8, is Dylan Sampson, the running back in Cleveland, the rookie running back in Cleveland, who led the SEC in rushing in 2024 for the Tennessee Volunteers. Quinshon Judkins looks like, I don't know what the hell's going to happen. I know that offensive line, like I said before, isn't that great. It's still a good offensive line for the Cleveland Browns. They've taken a step back. They were the biggest faller, I guess you could say. They took the biggest decline amongst the offensive lines, second to the Detroit Lions. But that's age, and Jedrick Wills isn't going to be there because he's sitting out. It's going to be DeJuan Jones, who played last year. Dylan Sampson could be RB1. We could see that happen sooner than later. And he's going off 199, running back 60 right now. 275 on ESPN. 216 on Yahoo. It's a value. Take the value with Dylan Sampson. What do we also talk about? We love running backs late. You take a running back in the 17th and 18th round. If Dylan Sampson is there, what are you doing? Take Dylan Sampson. Led the SEC in rushing last year. He's available right by Mike Gesicki and Darren Waller after Will Shipley and Kareem Hunt? What are we doing? Dylan Sampson's going 4 rounds too late right now. Don't miss out. The draft rankings. I'm Cody Carpentier. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I will be back on Wednesday.